Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Dr. Rao coming to open our regular room um, on all the channels. As you know, I'm an internal medicine doctor with yoga and Vedanta background and also a medical informatics. Today, we're going to talk something. I was very inspired when I read this. Uh, it was a saying that was in Bhagavad Gita, uh, Krishna telling the Arjuna, keep me in mind and go and do the work without expecting any returns. Okay, keep the higher power in mind and go and do your duty without expecting uh, any profits or results. Okay, but the modern life is completely different from that. It encourages ego development, and it encourages uh, profit orientation, and that is breeding a lot of problems, not only in the society but at personal level. People are not happy, fulfilled, or really have some peace of mind. uh, so all those problems come because we are um, kind of selfish orientation and do the job because we need to be paid, we need to gain some profit, otherwise we are not going to do, right? It's okay to have a livelihood, to keep the family running, to keep the essentials going on, but basically uh, making that as your psychological need is the problem with the moderns, right? So this was told to this warrior prince in the field of war. And then he tells him, you get to do your duty for the protection of the entire kingdom. But when you do that, don't do it with the spirit of, I am doing it and I deserve the profit. But do that with no ego sense and also no orientation towards the um, profits, or don't worry about the results. That was the big deal about that statement, is that it's like you're doing your work, but you are not expecting anything from it. That's kind of difficult for us modern people to understand, because we always want to have some result, some profit, something that is coming to us to do any job. That's the way we were brought up. I'm included either. But then when I understood this, now performing my duty, keeping that higher purpose or guidance had made a lot of difference and gave me resilience, gave that equanimous way of looking at both the uh, win and loss. Okay, so equanimous attitude, resilience, and also uh, really uh, live life in a equanimous way, where you are not really down when something goes wrong, or where you are really up in spirits for a brief time and you are really successful. Okay, it is not that you cannot have balance of that, you can have that, but don't go too about with it. That's what the ego puffs when we are having something go our way, and go down in depression and we don't have our way. So that is very healthy also, having that attitude of taking both win and lose as the two sides of the same coin, pleasure and sadness as the two sides of the same coin. And I think this is for the modern people who have a lot of stress and burnout, and also a lot of problems of uh, orientation of work, or enjoying the work, or really feeling fulfilled at work. All those things are missing because we have these two things that kind of spring up from the work orientation, like me doing feeling, that's like an agency, and also I want something out of it, some profit out of it. Those two are causing so many problems at work level, at family level, relationship level, at our individual level, how we feel about ourselves, how we really focus on our work and all that. Okay, so that's why I think this is a very relevant, very uh, very solid way of approaching to our work. Okay, that's why I was kind of bringing this in. I made a video on this, and I'm going to. I think I posted it in YouTube, both the short version and the long version, so you can see that, and that is much more explanative because so many other things are hard for it. Because I have this question. The question is, how can you incorporate this into education of the youth and young people so that they can learn a skill and they can use it for a bigger value, bigger society level purpose, and thereby they are more contributing to collective rather than just for themselves. This is not about being communistic or being completely super democratic. It's not that. It's more like where does the individual get fulfilled? Um, why is his orientation towards the things that may not be doing that? Okay, external things like getting few things or getting few bucks has been the goal for so many people. But for me, American dream is more like being independent, being able to pursue what we think is a good thing in our life, and without anybody restricting it. And we're getting the benefit of our own talents, our hard work, and all that, right? So, in a way, that is what happened to me in America. I didn't need anybody to recommend for some things. I could strive and get my own. Even now, I'm pretty independent about whatever we do. I do. So that kind of things are quite possible when you are balanced in your approach. Like I am not the agent, but I'm being used as a middleman by the inner power or higher power, higher purpose, higher value, and so I'm happy to be able to um, be an instrument of doing the collective good, and that's why I pay attention to the planet. I pay attention to the wellness as a whole. All those are bigger purposes. And I don't want any profit or personal gain or selfish desires from it. I just want people to be well. I just want our planet to be healthy for our kids too. So I get a lot of satisfaction of working towards that. So I dedicated my life to promote proactive wellness for everybody, and promote self-realization for everybody, and also help to really leave less carbon print on our planet. Okay, so wellness and planet health. Those are my two things that I'm really fond of following. That okay. So this is age-old wisdom that we can understand and implement in our regular modern life, where we have less psychological problems, less mental health problems, less of conflicts and all that, because we are working for it towards the uh, altruistic collective goodness, that kind of purposes, and we don't expect anything from the work. So we work uh, disinterested about our own selfish needs, but uh, not uninterested, because we want to do a good job, excellent job. But we have developed this dispassion or detachment to the results. So we kind of work uh, uh, disinterested in our personal gain, but not uninterested in the excellence of the work. All these things are very important principle for me. That's why I'm coming up and sharing them to you guys. Okay. Uh, so the age-old saying, when that story goes, when they have these cousins fighting each other for the kingdom, and then he is one side, and then the other side is so outrageously not righteous, so they had to fight him. And then it goes to the actual um, war place, Then this guy chickens out, and then he doesn't feel like killing his own brothers, maybe the cousins and his gurus and all that. So he gets really don't know what to do. Then the charioteer, who is supposed to be the incarnator of the god, and he is the one who tells this man what to do, how to keep his mind, how to go about doing his duty and all that. So keep the ego in check, don't anticipate any profits, and then go and do um, work in a uninterested in your selfish needs, but really not disinterested in the excellence of the work. Okay, that's the message I got. So I thought I will share that with you, how you approach your duty in your life and how you carry your spiritual self with you, not the egotistical self. Okay, so with that, uh, mm, I will invite anybody has any contributions to make. Anybody wants to talk to me about it, you're more than welcome. You can come up and present your viewpoint, and we'll take it from there. The other way to look this one is what is happening to people when we set up this goal up. You have to excel, you have to appear very good to everybody, you have to measure your own success according to your achievement, you will have self-worth and all that. So a lot of people, even though they work hard, they don't have the luck, or they don't have the clout, they don't have the uh, people pulling them up, recommending and all that. A lot of people feel like they have not achieved enough, or they're not good enough, right? That kind of feeling people live it like they have not done what they could have done, or they deserve more but they did not get it. That kind of depressive feelings, that kind of lack of self-esteem can be bred by comparing people, by telling people that you are not worth it, you did not achieve like the other person. So much suffering goes in the relationships, right? But when you are not measured by the results of your work, but then you are measured by who you are inside. You know, that is how you will get a real respect, not by your things or by your achievements. You should be getting recognition. So deeper things involved in this. So anybody imagine people are going to work because it's a means to earn a livelihood, but it's not going to be measured on by which you are recognized. You know, you as a person, as an individual human being, may be kind, may be compassionate, may be not interested in a lot of material things, but you are interested in well-being of other people. Then the going through life is a real gift, real blessing. You know, because you are living for the sake of other people, not for the sake of your selfish needs. That's a big deal, I think. You know, you don't have to be a saint to do this, even though they look like a saintly qualities. But understanding, seeing what you are within, and then really understanding my body, my mind-bred ego. I'm not those. They are my instruments, but I'm going to be really resting in my real self, and then use my mind and body to do the work, do whatever I want to do. And then you will have a lot of psychological independence, because you are not dependent on anybody praising you or anybody criticizing you or any of those stuff, right? So think about this as you look into it. Is a very deep practice. Only people who have understood that my body is like my vehicle of a chariot. My horses are my senses, and the reins that are controlling the horses are my thoughts. That's the mind, and my intellect is the driver of the chariot, whereas the real self, the uh, soul, that is there, that is going towards meeting the uh, uh, higher self, right? So once you understood that your journey is towards that liberation of this cyclical birth and all that, you realize that you have landed up with your real self, and you have the instruments of mind as the internal instrument and body as the external instrument. Then you will not be really dependent on the suffering of those. You can see them from the distance, and that's why you are kind of liberated from all that. So there's a lot more in this. It's not just a simple doing work and really saying, "Oh, I'm not interested in the work." That's not it. You need the work for the needs. That's fine. But I'm talking about psychological dependency, right? How do you make your work as your identity, as something that can pull you down or pull up, But then you compare yourself to somebody else, and then you achieve something, then you have not satisfied with yourself. So those kind of things, okay. um, uh, it makes a lot of sense to me, and um, kind of creates you psychological independence from any circumstances, and you can focus completely on the job you are doing. That way you have good results, but the fruits are not for you, or you don't have to have them because your cup is full. You don't have to, not in the sense of having money and all that. It's the satisfaction of being a human being, satisfaction of trying to help other people, and really living in a plane of equanimous nature. Okay, uh, if any of these things are not really sensible, or do not make sense for you, you're welcome to come and ask me questions on that, or send me a DM. Um, I'm expanding my way of reaching out with this philosophy. So I will be offering personal health plans based on modern medicine plus ancient wisdom. For somebody signs up for that, they'll be invited to take a survey as to what their status of health is, and assess that, and then recommend treatments that are completely they can pursue on their own, and then they will be served. Okay, so it's like a free service I'm going to introduce, how you can have a proactive wellness plan at any stage of your life, and then deal with the diseases, and reduce the seriousness of them, or if you are not having them, how to live a preventive life that will prevent them, and also how you can increase your energy, how you can decrease your stress. All those things will be incorporated to that. And I'll be doing some wellness-oriented webinars, and also in my on my Facebook group, Conquer Burnout. That is the title of that. You can join that, and I will be coming on there, conducting these monthly or weekly wellness webinars, and also we're going to uh, uh, develop a community that are interested in the inner growth, and really conduct sessions for them. There will be sessions on mindful eating, or simple yoga stretches with breathing that will pick you up on a daily basis, and also how do you have some stress reducing techniques, and adequate sleep. All these things are being done now, and they will be probably in a much more emphatic way we will be doing that. Okay, so all those things are planned. I'm very excited about that. The scope with which I can help people do a complete wellness on their own health. Okay, so that is uh, for today. And if anybody has any questions, send that to me, or come to my Burnout Conquer Burnout Facebook group, and you can post questions, and I can also come live there and talk to people, or reply the message itself. Okay, Facebook group. And of course, I'm coming on this all these channels. I would be doing LinkedIn live audio and video also on a regular basis, so you can catch up with that. Okay. So all these activities are really exciting me. I have a new avenue of energy that I can direct to and help some people, hopefully. Okay. So with that, I will conclude the session for today. And then any questions, you send it to me. Okay. Bye.